It's the final match of round 1 action. Pagulayan already securing an important 2 points in his win over Thomas Engert. We saw Niels Fain and Steve Davis play to a 5-5 draw.
Train 2 racks to 6.
Wonder if there was a little aggression in that break. And one thing I'd like to go check and see if they're all still round.
Yeah, it could well come down at the end of the group stages to the number of racks won, so it is vitally important for Rodney to try and nick at least 1, if not 2 of these racks. Just a push out here though, because no shape on the yellow one.
I'm just trying to bury the 9 as well. Mission accomplished there.
It's a very fine cut here for Francisco, but I think given the situation as well, they're already commanding a 6-2 lead, we may well see him take this on. The cue ball likely, if he does take the cut on, come off the top cushion and straight into the face of the pink 4, sending that down the table. Well, he hasn't. He's passed it back to Rodney. That's a very nicely controlled safety from Rodney Morris, stopping the cue ball dead. The one might have come a little too far, though. It has left a path through for Bustamante, and now he's got a chance to bury that white in behind the balls to the bottom right of the table. And leave a nasty snooker for Rodney. That's what he's trying to do.
Rodney just got down and pulled the trigger there, never even had a look at it. I think he's frustrated with how things have unfolded here. Coming in as a defending champion, never easy. There's always a little added pressure and expectations rise.
It's just Francisco just looking. I don't think there's the angle there, but playing the 6, the 1 onto the 6, then onto the 9, and then the 9 off of the cushion onto the 8 and into the pocket. A really complex shot. I don't quite think the angle's there, but if there's anybody who can make this shot, it's Francisco. Nah, clearly wasn't on. Just playing the safety, and a very well-controlled safety. It's just good play. You can see very good conservative play from Francisco. He normally would have taken an aggressive option there. He knows that Rodney's frustrated from the fact that he can't get any points out of the game. So he's just really making it worse for Rodney, making him play on that.
Well, Francisco again with a chance in that wall of colors bottom right to try and nestle that cue ball behind. Morris is going to be fortunate if he comes to the table and he's got a clear path to the 1. Well, he's going to count himself fortunate, and I'm not too sure I'm going to like Bustamante's next visit.
No, that was a little loose from Francisco. Should have been tight in behind there, and Rodney's taken the opportunity to say, that's where you should have put me.
This is going to take some negotiating getting out of this mess, and I didn't see any slide rules over beside his chair. But it looks like he's got to just miss that blue too. 3 cushions.
If he really doesn't fancy the escape, he could try and make sure that that 9 is tied up. That's what he's just done. Thought too difficult to get out of the snooker, and even if he did get out of the snooker, he would almost certainly have left Rodney on, so played a deliberate foul. Problem is, I think he's going to be in another... Didn't really manage to tie an awful lot up though, did Francisco there?
Well, no, that's what I was wondering after, John. I looked at the shot afterwards, and if anything, he's bumped the 8 more into the clear, I think, just to move it in front of the 5 and stop Rodney from being able to develop the 6. I mean, I could, you know, go into a little more theory, but I'd probably start confusing myself.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's
a possible billiard to make the 9 right here. And there you go, just like that. Well, Francisco's strategy did not pay off on that occasion. Rodney Moore secures the rack, 6-3. And Francisco readies himself. He'll be breaking in rack number 10. So our referee, Nigel Reese, sets the cue ball down and lets everyone in attendance know that this will be the final rack of this match. 6-3 already, the lead enjoyed by Francisco Bustamante. And the cue ball straight into the side pocket. Well, if he's ever going to not mind seeing that, it's now.
Yeah, absolutely, Jim. Ordinarily that would be a huge mistake, but you can see it just almost turning around, changing direction immediately as it hit the center of the table and going into the pocket there. But as you say, Francisco won't be really too mind too much because he's already secured the 2 points from this game. Much better to do it on this occasion than if you were at 4 each.
And he wants that one right behind the 7 because obviously his intent here is to get the 3 fouls. He's already assumed the first foul by virtue of Bustamante's break, and if he can extract the mistake here, and Francisco doesn't hit that 1 ball, Rodney's going to come to the table with an opportunity to play the 3 snookers and win the rack that way. Everything's in the open. Well, it's going to be his choice, John.
Yeah, he's on the 2 fouls, but I think, as you say, Jim, that with the table laying as it is, I think you'll probably see him take these out.
Yeah, I totally agree. If for no other reason, chance to get a little practice in, because the result has already been established.
Just roll the 3 up towards the pocket with the pink 4.
Well, that was a bit dangerous. The cue ball just slithering past the 8. If nothing else, Morris has a chance to shake Bustamante's hand on a positive note, taking the last 2 racks, and will put him in good stead for his next match.
That's right, he started off the match in this sort of form, and he's ended in that sort of form, unfortunately. It was the middle part of the game where Francisco ruled the roost.
Really, that in-off into the side pocket where it was kicked in, that proved very decisive in this match. So it's a result. Francisco Bustamante